In the heart of Massachusetts, a man named William G. Morgan looked at the young men entrusted to his care. These weren't athletes, not really. They were businessmen, office clerks, factory workers, everyday people looking for a break from the daily grind at the YMCA. Morgan, a gym teacher, believed in the power of movement, in the joy of a good game. But he saw a problem. The popular sport of the time, basketball, was a little too intense. It required speed, strength, a certain aggression that didn't quite fit the nature of his YMCA members. Morgan wanted something different, something gentler, more inclusive, something that brought people together, not pitted them against each other. Little did he know he was about to invent a sport that would do just that and more. The year was 1895. The place was Holyoke, Massachusetts. William Morgan, a man with a vision, stood in the YMCA gymnasium. In his hands, he held the seeds of a new game, a ball, a net, and a simple set of rules. He called his creation Mintonette. Morgan's inspiration came from a rather unexpected source: badminton. He admired the game's lightness, its focus on finesse rather than brute strength. But he wanted something more energetic, something that encouraged more movement and involvement. Thus, Mintonette was born, a sort of hybrid, borrowing the net from badminton and the idea of a larger, softer ball. Morgan envisioned a game where players would volley the ball over the net, keeping it in play with gentle taps, fostering teamwork and camaraderie. The name Mintonette didn't really stick. During a demonstration game at a conference of YMCA physical directors Alfred Halstead, a spectator remarked that the game involved a lot of volleying. He suggested a more fitting name, volleyball. The name stuck. It captured the essence of the game, the back and forth, the teamwork, the simple joy of keeping the ball aloft. And just like that, Mintonette became volleyball. Early volleyball was a far cry from the dynamic sport we know today. The first net was a little over 6 feet high, a gentle arc compared to the towering nets of the modern game. The ball, too, was different, heavier and less lively than its modern counterpart. Part 4, Across the Net and Around the World. Volleyball, with its adaptable rules and simple equipment, quickly gained popularity. It spread like wildfire through YMCAs across America and then leapt across borders, carried by enthusiastic travelers and YMCA instructors. By 1900, volleyball had reached Canada. In 1905, the game gained a foothold in Cuba. Before hopping over to South America, Asia and Europe, the world, it seemed, was hungry for a game that brought people together, a game that celebrated teamwork and athleticism in equal measure. Part 5. Volleyball through time, rules and evolution. As volleyball journeyed across the globe, it evolved. Rules were refined, strategies were developed, and the pace of the game was picked up. The 6-player per team format we know today was established, bringing order to the court. The spike made its entrance, adding an element of power to the game's grace. Volleyball found its way into schools, colleges, and eventually the Olympic Games. In 1949, the first official World Championships were held, marking volleyball's arrival as a major international sport. Part 6, a sport for everyone. From its humble beginnings in a YMCA gymnasium, volleyball has blossomed into a global phenomenon. Today, millions around the world play volleyball, from casual beach games to high-stakes Olympic matches. The sport has transcended borders and cultures, its language universal, its spirit infectious. William G. Morgan, the man who sought a gentler game for his YMCA members, would likely be astonished by the legacy of his creation. He had, quite simply, invented a sport for everyone,